Good morning, everyone. We'll start the session in another 30 seconds. People are still joining. We'll wait them to join. Good morning, everyone. I think it's better to start now. It's already 8:47. Uh, Welcome to Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India. This is Rajashekar Kongari, Equity Research Analyst. The date is May 27th, Friday. Let's start by discussing about how the Nifty is placed at the current moment and what we are looking at. Yesterday's action was very volatile, being a monthly expiry. If you have seen the action, it was very highly volatile. In the morning session, the Nifty, after opening a higher zone, it quickly gave up its gains and it traded in the negative zone. However, around 12 o'clock, there was sharp buying seen in the Nifty index, and Nifty closed near the day's high in the higher the positive zone. It can be seen as an upside reversal for the short-term movement here. And being in a monthly expiry, it's mostly it was a futures and options play. There was lots of contracts which were expiring, so that action will be given credit to the futures and options. Equities will see how the equities plays today, and the Nifty reclaims its 21 DMA, and if it exhibits a follow through day, that is Nifty closing more than 1.5% higher on volume higher than the previous session, then we would consider it as a follow through day, and we move the status to market to confirm the trend. When it confirm the trend, I will start identifying stocks which are breaking out or giving the proper buy points, which are leading their sectors, and add them to our model portfolio. We'll also start to add buy watch list to our mailers as soon as the market gives a good positive closing. Talking about key news, Coal India is looking to divest around 25% of its stake in its subsidiary, that is BCCL, Bharat Coking Coal. After divestment, it is also planning to list BCCL on exchanges after receiving required approvals from the authorities. And Moody's has downgraded India's growth forecast by 30 PPS from 9.1 to 8.8, mostly because of higher inflation in the country. RBI is also expected to, most of the analysts expect to further 50 PPS rate hike in its upcoming MPC meeting, that is in June. So when the interest rates are in a higher zone, then the growth in the economy will obviously come down, because people tend to take decrease their loans, and because of higher interest rates, businesses also it's becomes finance cost will become higher for the businesses to expand or to take further capex. That's the reason Moody's and most of the brokers are also downgrading growth forecast. However, for 2023, Moody's has retained the growth forecast at 5.4%. That is a good sign, because in the long term, they're expecting there won't be much pressure because of inflation and interest rates. That is a good sign. And ONGC is looking to invest, that is a capital expenditure around 31,000 crores for the next 3 years. It is exploring to increase the oil and gas exploration in the country, because India is around 85% dependent on its oil needs, and 50% of the natural gas is also imported. When domestically, if you are able to sustain, or if you are able to generate a higher oil and gas, then the economy will be in a stable zone. It won't be impacted by the geopolitical tensions or any forex issues. That is also a good sign for the Indian economy going forward. Talking about yesterday's action, FIS continue to sell around 1,600 crores. The good part is from 2000 levels or 3000 levels, which they were selling last 2-3 days back. The level has come down to 600 crores. The intensity has lowered, but the selling has been there. DIS gave good support for the market yesterday. You can see around 3000 crores they have bought of equities. Key results, Piramal and Muthoot, they have given not so good results. EBITDA has contracted for most of these companies. They reported below estimates also. So these stocks can come under pressure today. Talking about today's key results, JSW, Astral, and Edelweiss are going to report. These are the major companies which will be reported during today's action. Asian markets have been trading on the higher zone. US markets have also given a good positive closing yesterday, around 1.5 to 2% higher closing. That is a good sign for the global markets. Asian markets are also trading currently in the positive zone. Again, a good sign for Indian markets also. We can expect a similar opening on Indian markets as well. However, Brent crude is at $114 per barrel. This is not so good for Indian economy because of higher crude prices. Just a little back we discussed about India's reliance on exports of crude and gas. Because of higher crude, this will definitely impact our finances. Our fiscal deficit is going to increase because of this. SGX Nifty is also indicating a higher opening for the Indian markets, similar to the Asian markets. We can expect around 100 to 150 points opening in Indian markets. But it is very important to sustain that higher opening to close in the higher zone. For the last couple of sessions, if you have seen, Nifty is trying to open at a higher zone, but during the session there has been a lot of selling happening. But today, if the opening is sustained and closing in the higher zone, then we might see a follow today in today's action. Sectoral indices, talking about sectoral indices, mostly banks and financial services are in a rally zone. That is very good. Auto stocks are also leading. They are also in rally. But apart from these, most of the other indices like metals, reality and they have been under pressure and they have been under correction zone. If most of these sectors, if they come to rally, then we can see a overall broad rally momentum in the markets. You can see here the 50 DMA and 200 DMA levels. Most of the stock indices are trading below their 50 and 200 EMAs, which is not so good sign. You like the indices to trade above their 50 and 200 EMAs for growth and for the positive momentum to sustain. Thanks for joining today's pre-bell. We hope to see you again at Monday's pre-bell, that is at 8:45 on Monday.